Hi, everyone. My name is Stacy Wixa. I'm the director of the Macedon Public Library. And today we are going to make this beautiful Bejeweled soap dispensing bottle. You could probably use it for other things too. Maybe put water in it and have it by a pool on a hot summer day. These bottles had our hand sanitizer in them. So they're very sterile. But I would still rinse it out really well, clean it out really well if you did have plans on putting, icy cold water by the pool in here. But if you want to dispense soap out of here, it works really well. I tried it, and you do have to wait just a minute after you take your cap off and you tip it. It might take a minute for the little straw inside of here to get some soap in it, but it once it fills up, it works fine. Okay, so how do you do this? On this one, I actually was thinking of a different craft project, and I tried it using clearance spray paint, which was a disaster. So on this bottle, I did paint the glass sort of a, I don't know, a peachy color, um, which you could do if you want to, or you could simply use a clear bottle. Now my clear bottle, I worked off some of the label, but I got lazy, and for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just gonna deal with it the way it is. You probably will want to soak your bottle to get all that off. And if you're really picky, you could use Goo Be Gone to get the sticky off. Or if you're gonna paint your bottle because you'd rather have it a solid color peeking through the gems, um, maybe you don't even worry about the label because it'll be covered in paint. So just something I'm gonna point out. So what you need is, and mine's been on a little bit here, a hot glue gun. You're gonna need all those stones I gave you in a bag. I have mine in a little bowl. And you might get bored a little bit. I'm gonna do the whole bottle in front of you, but you're just gluing the stones on. So I kind of like to put the glue on the little stone or gem, and then I stick it on. So you want to stick it so it's even with the edge of the bottle. You don't want to go down too far. Your bottle won't sit nice and flat. And you just go along and you glue them on. So there's not really a lot I can say about that, but the more you do, the quicker you get. What I do want you to see is what happens when you get to the edge of the row, to the end of it. Because what you're going to find, and I got these stones by the case from the dollar store, and the ones I used on this bottle were a lot more consistent in their size, and I got those who knows where years ago. But the ones I bought just recently for this project, you'll see some are small, some are a little bit bigger, which will make it a little bit trickier, but I'll show you when it comes up here, because I'm sure it's going to come up because they're not the same size. If anybody does the project and somehow they find out that they need a few more stones because, I don't know, maybe in your bag you got more of the smaller stones, and so you come up short 2 or 3. It could happen. I hope it doesn't, but it could. If you come up short, just come to the library. I do have extra. So don't let that ruin your project. It won't. It'll delay it, but it won't ruin it. Okay, so I'm not really there. So this is how far I've gotten. I'm sorry. I thought I'm not paying attention very well. I got my camera on me more than I have it on the project. So see, I'm just putting it on the stone. Gluing it on like so. And I'm almost to the interesting part. So when you get to the end of your row, you want to try to pick some stones that will kind of fit. Now, even in the one on the one over here that has more consistently sized stones, you're gonna have to tip them a little bit. You're not gonna get a row where they probably all lie completely flat right to the last one, but it's okay because all I did was one will be a little bit slanted. So I kind of like 3 that I happened to pick out of there. Glue them on.
I probably would have thought of it differently if I was sitting there and had 7 inches of rain. It's like, what the hell am I doing here?
And see, like this one. And if you do it and you get on there and you're not happy, it's hot glue, so you can always peel it off if you don't like it. I'm not sure if I like that one. Sometimes it takes some finagling to get it how you want it. Sometimes it's easier to get it how you want it on the last one if you put the glue on the bottle and then you kind of smush it around how you want it. You know what? I think this stone just might be a little bit, well, I think I got it. So I'm just going to keep doing this. It's probably going to take, I'm going to guess between 20 minutes and half an hour to get this covered. See how fast I can go. So if you're watching the recording of me right now and you don't want to have to watch me just glue on all the stones, you don't have to, because you can just go ahead and skip ahead maybe at least 15 minutes and see where I'm at. I'm trying very hard to do this as quickly as I can, so you won't be bored. There is just no good way to do this quickly live, so bear with me. Anybody watching have any questions so far? Oh, another thing I want to point out, make sure before you start that you've got plenty of glue sticks, because I'm on my second row and I got to refill. It does take a considerable amount of glue sticks to get the project done. It is really pretty though when you finish. See, I switch back and forth. Sometimes it's just easier to squirt the glue on the bottle. Sometimes I squirt it on the gem. Just depends. There's no right or wrong. Ooh, burnt myself that time though. See, now with these, you're gonna have a lot more peekaboo spots where you see the glass of the bottle. So I would definitely recommend, if you don't want to mess with the label, that you paint it, and that if you don't mind soaking the bottle and everything to get it off, that you do that. One or the other, because you will see bits and pieces of it, just because, as I say, there's a lot more spots of glass showing with these, because they're not the same size. Well, that one kind of came out. That row came out where I didn't have to tip any stones. So see, there's 2 rows. And now I'm on 3. Are you bored out there in the audience? How many glue sticks will it take? We should keep track. That way I'll try to tell you how many I go through when I get this done. That way you'll know how many you need to have. I'd add 1 or 2 to whatever I use, just in case your gun runs hotter or something. Always possible. I don't know if they're all exactly the same. Make sure you use hot glue and not the low temp, because the low temp isn't going to be sticky enough for this project.
Stock in casinos if you can. They do really good. Get rid of their money fast enough.
If you don't like the color of the blue stones, these stones are easy to find at Walmart or the dollar store, Joann's, Michael's. I don't usually get to the Hobby Lobby, but I would imagine they'd have them too. And so if your kitchen or your bathroom is a different color, it would probably be pretty easy to find little glass gemstones in whatever color you think would look pretty in your room. So if you make one bottle, you'll know how to do it, and you can make more in whatever color you might like. It takes, I would recommend if you go to the dollar store and you get the bags, because mine came from the dollar store, you're probably going to want to get 4 bags. If it only ends up taking 3 for the bottle that you bought, you can always return the extra stones or save them for a different craft. This makes a really nice gift too if you know somebody who maybe just moved into a new home or an apartment. This could be a nice housewarming gift. So I'm on the 4th row at this point. I'm getting ready to add another glue stick.
There you go.
I think the faster you can do it, also you conserve glue because it's not getting wasted. You're gonna have lots of, you can't see them, or maybe you can, I doubt you can. I have tons of little glue strings everywhere. I don't worry about it till the end, and then I just kind of pull them off.
Well, how about 28?
It's smarter to do it as quickly as you can so you don't waste your hot glue.
So basically, 5 days after that, I bought the 4-wheeler. How's that? So
And this is the last one I'm going to be able to do with the stick I had in there.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
And another tip is don't be stingy with the glue. You want them to stay on there really well. So hit them up pretty good with a nice generous amount of hot glue. And if you aren't somebody that's used hot glue a lot, make sure you sort of twirl your glue gun as you pull away. That kind of helps to not have quite as bad a glue strings. You're still going to get them, but it helps a little bit.
Yeah, for the first while, that'll end, but. I'm gonna just go back to the hell, go back to the market rate.
Another thing this could be good for is possibly a Mother's Day gift. Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe you put some really pretty smelling soap in here, or hand soap, or even dishwashing detergent, and that would make a nice gift for mom.
Well, they do a nice job.
Probably the hand soap would be preferable. Moms don't usually like to get gifts that remind them of all the work they have to do.
But I gotta say, like the seat on that, 20 years and it never cracked or anything as far as the seat, you know, if it's left out, you get caught out in the rain or the snow, you don't have to worry about
Right. So I know I got one person watching. Is that person
it. They did, they had a good
doing their bottle too?
crack or fade or nothing.
Maybe not. Maybe they're just watching. Ooh. You are gonna once in a while burn your finger. It's unavoidable. If that bothers you, you can get little plastic tips to put on your fingers at the dollar store to protect your fingers. I just saw them the other day and I thought that's a good idea, but I didn't get them. Right about now, I'm thinking maybe I should have. But
You said that was in May?
so now I'm up to what? 5 rows.
No.
It just keeps
Will you-
going.
Will you go a few times probably?
But as you can see,
You know,
Ooh.
once every week or something?
patience and perseverance,
Yeah.
coming along. It won't be long. I'll be to the top part, and we'll get to do the
You're gonna,
twine.
it's gonna be something different each time, you said? Yeah.
Ooh, that's a big old glue string.
Different kind of treatment, but if you treat it the same way by laying there and getting turned over, turning over. Probably the same, yeah. I was talking, but it was actually Tim was on his one. I was talking to him today because, well, he got, that ticket. He went ahead and got it. I gotta go do that today. Put the money in there in his account for him because he bought the ticket. And talking, they go online Monday night sometime and do that Zoom. The family does. Remember we were talking to Steve, he's supposed to go in.
So as you can see, another thing, once you get going, the bottle stays nice and steady for you because you got all these stones on it, and it makes it less likely to roll around, which is nice. In the beginning, you gotta be a little bit careful because your bottle will probably want to roll all over. See, now that row I had to tip the stone just a little, but it's okay.
The plug blew out there. I called him and asked him his opinion as far as if they're hard because they're way recessed, hard to get at. You can't see them. You gotta have an extension to get in there.
I would love if you make your bottle and get some soap in it and everything, if you would send a picture so I could see it. And if anybody gets creative and decides to make a second bottle and maybe does something different with the color of the stones, and maybe you instead of twine, maybe use something different at the top, like ribbon, for example. I'd love to see any pictures anybody has. I love to see the ideas other people come up with. It's fun. And if you give me permission, I might even share your picture with the community on our website. And time to reload again.
Years now, and it started coming back again with him. Good for a couple of years. But not good enough to where they.
You know, another idea, if you don't want to take the label off and you don't want to paint, another idea, if you had some tape, whether it be duct tape, masking tape, maybe washi tape, you could tape all around your bottle. And then the little, whatever color tape you put on there would show through. I kind of like the looks of the clear glass. Like, if this wasn't just a demo, I would probably want to have mine clear, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the color of the stone too. It could be very dramatic if you picked like a metallic stone, and then maybe you had your bottle painted or spray painted black, or maybe pick a metallic color and make your bottle say gold and put like a red stone on, and then you could have like a Christmassy looking soap dispenser that you'd bring out for the holidays. That'd be pretty.
Paycheck thing. Do you tend to buy something that gives you a dividend? Is that how you do it? Paycheck gives you a dividend. Do the others give you a dividend or not necessarily? Yeah.
The same technique, if you go to the dollar store, you could pick up, they have all sorts of little clear glass things in there. You could make get the gems and maybe put them on a vase. That would be pretty. And it's nice because you can get the colors that you like if you did it yourself. Careful if you put your stones in a bag or in a bowl like I did. Do be careful. I just found a broken one. So be careful when you reach in that you're not reaching all the way in with your fingers. You don't want to get cut. One of the hazards of glass. I'm gonna need a little stone. For people with kids, whether they're your own children or grandchildren, maybe babysit, if the kids are older, say middle school age and up, this could be a fun little craft project you show them how to do. especially on a rainy day like today when they're bored if they're home. You know, I'm thinking I kind of like that these stones that I just got are not all the same. I think it actually makes it easier because you can sort of pick the stone that fits in the spot at the end. It was a little trickier with the ones that were all the same. I thought this would be trickier, but actually, this is working out very nicely. So I'm past halfway now. I'm getting there. And I have no idea how many minutes I've been doing this. It's been a few. I put a new glue stick in. I think I'm up to, I think this is the 5th one. I think. Just to give you an idea. I would just keep the whole baggie of glue sticks right next to you. Actually, that's probably the smartest way to do it. Or grab a big handful of them. Have them right ready. I don't know about anybody else, but one thing about this bottle, it reminds me of when Pier 1 was still going. This is the kind of thing sometimes you'd see in there. So if you know somebody who liked Pier 1, they probably like this. So as I get closer to the top, my rows will get quicker because the bottle is getting a little bit narrower. If you like this craft, I'm going to point out, and maybe you already know and maybe you don't, but the library does subscribe to Creative Bug, which is a site that Joanne Fabrics has built, and they have craft projects galore. There's paper craft projects, painting craft projects, sewing craft projects, knitting and crochet, you name it. Just about anything you can think of is in there. And if you go to our website, right in under our big picture of the library, there's like a whole menu list of things, and you look for Creative Bug and you click on it. You're going to need your library card number, but then you can get in there and poke around and you'll find all kinds of fun stuff to do. Some of the things we have done already for programs at the library. So if you haven't checked into that, I would highly recommend you do, because I think you'll like it. We think it's pretty cool.
Lost it?
No, I shut her down. All right, went off.
You do that around the whole bottle or just the top?
Whole bottle. Well, not the neck. You do it up to the neck of the bottle. Anybody have any more questions? Questions are good because it's hard to talk to yourself. I'm getting there. Probably
Oh, I
2 or
forgot
3
that.
rows left. They'll be quicker because they're getting shorter. Thanks for bearing with me. To the people that are watching. Really close now. As you can see, it is getting quicker because that one has a little broken piece stuck to it. I'm sure it's feeling like this is taking me forever, but when you're doing it, it goes along pretty fast. And it really doesn't take that long. But to be honest, I've lost track of time at this point. And if you're doing it, you will too. But it's kind of nice because you can definitely, as you're doing it, you're seeing your progress as you go. You're seeing that the bottle is getting covered in the gems. Oh, in case anybody also decides to make a different one in different colored gemstones, maybe you want red or green or what have you, the little bottle topper, it's the same thing like you would buy to put on liquor bottles. It's exactly the same thing. And I picked up the ones that are in your kit from Amazon. So, and they're quite affordable if you get into this and you want to make lots of them for gifts or something. They're really not too expensive if you're going to get like a dozen of them. It's when you only get one of something that gets you. But if you get like a dozen of them, it's pretty affordable. Okay, I'm really getting close now. I'm going to finish this row and do one more row, which should take me right up to the neck, and then I can show you the part with the twine. I really like the blue. If you're into sort of a nautical looking home, or you just attracted to nautical beachy looking things, this really has that effect. So close. There. And I think one more row, but see, just so you can see, this is where I'm at. I'm just gonna do one more row around, and then I'll be on the twine. But see how pretty that is? And really, well, you do see the label. I would get rid of the label or paint it, but it is pretty, for sure. It's pretty. Ooh. And okay. So I'm gonna put one little extra up in a few places at the neck. You know what? I'm just gonna put one here because it's a little bit lower than I like right in that spot. So I'm just gonna stick one right there just to sort of have the coverage. Actually, I might do it in a few spots. I just want to make sure that I don't have tons of glass showing when I get my twine on. Eh. I don't like that one. Well, it's on there. I think I'm gonna peel this one. I didn't like the placement. I want it to be standing up taller. This is up at the top. You may want to root around if you've put your gems in like a little bowl or what have you. You're probably gonna want to root around in there a bit. And the smaller stones, if you have little gaps where there's more glass showing than what you'd like, you can use your small stones to just kind of even things out a bit. And that's all I'm doing. Or you could say I'm putting in my final row at the top using small stones, because that's basically what I'm doing. But maybe, it's your bottle. If you want your twine to be lower, you could stop a little sooner and your twine would just come down lower than it's going to on my bottle. It's just personal preference. No right or wrong. Just what you visually like better. And, ooh, that was hot. Stuck my finger right in that one. Why do I do that? Hazards of hot glue. And maybe two more. Yeah. Last one. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it all the way up to the neck of the bottle. Now I've got to do my twine, which here's the twine. Everybody should have gotten a nice little bit of twine in their kit. I like to just kind of anchor it to the neck somewhere just to make it easier. So I put a little glue on my bottle and just kind of stick my twine down. That way it won't be slipping all over as I do this. Once you get it anchored, once the glue is cooled off enough that the twine is sticking, then you're just gonna simply wrap the twine around the neck of the bottle all the way up to the spout at the top, the opening at the top. So no really right or wrong way to get the twine on. You just want to go around and cover all the glass up. That's all. Whoops. See, I let go and everything untwined itself, which is exactly what you'd expect to happen. And here I am, almost to the end. Okay, when you get to the end, you're just gonna take your tail, put a bit of glue on that tail, and just sort of stick it down gently into sort of near the bottom. Try to make it so it's not super obvious. And that's that. There's just one last thing. I have the dispenser like you would put in a alcohol bottle. This is just meant to be twisted down in. And there you have it. Another really pretty soap dispenser. And as you can see, they are slightly different colors, but both are very pretty, I think. So I hope you enjoyed making this craft, and I hope you enjoy these soap bottles. You have a great day and an even better weekend. Bye. Thanks for coming.